How are you all? It's Margot Mastery, your Heartfelt CFO. I am so excited to be here with you this morning. The birds are chirping, the weather outside is so beautiful. And I was starting my morning and I was like, you know what, before I exercise, let me go for a walk just to get more juices flowing. Sometimes, like, even exercise is not completely enough. Anybody with me there? And you just feel like you need nature and just to really feel the trees and just attach to the basic things. Um, as you all know, I like to go for a dog. Come say hello to Comet. Comet's a little shy today. Hi, Comet. He does this little thing with his tush with the tail. And no, love. Okay. Um, So I want to talk about something that I noticed that's happening in the industry overall with consulting services that really actually honestly bothers me in a lot of ways. And I want to give you my take on it in being it. So there's a huge shift with business owners these days of people opening businesses and coming from corporate or W-2 jobs, however you want to reference it, and working for themselves. And people, there's a bigger awareness of buying back your time and really uh, seeing how to take advantage of your time to make more money. And there's this concept of being paid for every single thing that you do that is happening. And I feel like people are coming to me with it in all sorts of ways. And I was really reviewing it over the past few weeks, and I'm like, what's happening here? Because I know myself around my expectations from people is that I look to really align things. And sometimes it doesn't always work out perfect, but then I look at what happened between that agreement that really was off that I need to take responsibility for, and what was off on the person's end so we could get to a new place. Now, there's a lot of things here around overall value and that people will pay for your value and high fees. As all of that is true, I want to put your attention to that if you're chasing money, that if someone doesn't want to pay you for something, I encourage you to look at why they don't want to pay you. People don't just sit and think about storms of not paying you. When people elect for a service, they really truly want the service. It's not usual that somebody will just come there and um, do the opposite. So if you're feeling like you have to chase after somebody to get paid and something happened, really figure out, really look deep from a different perspective. And usually the concept from an observer really looks right. It really helps here, not looks right, but it's a tool to use when you're in a situation where things failed. Now, a lot of people are like, don't use emotions to make decisions. Um, I look at emotions from a different perspective is what's happening inside my body. What's happening inside my body? And I say that twice because sometimes we're like, what, my body? Like, this is happening. This is legit. This is real. But the logical mind may not always make sense and be true to the situation of where you're at. Everyone deserves to get paid. However, if you have to chase the money and something is happening that is where the money didn't come to you for a reason, or something really just happened to the person that they're not able to, and you're still angry, it's not about that. It's about something else. So when you do that, it just comes back to you in a karma in a different way. And you're setting up an example as that's who you are. And then people don't want that in business. I can tell you what doesn't work for me. Those vendors are like out the door, or types of customers that it just doesn't work for me, because if it doesn't come into a flow and ease that we're there for the same purpose, there's no alignment. And the alignment is something that's very um, underthought about, underutilized, and not thought about enough in business. And I want to encourage you by listening to this is that where are you unaligned in business? And it's a really, really important question, because When you're not aligned, chances are those are the things that are showing up in leaks and holes and things that really don't work for you and the business overall, because the business is separate from us. As we think it's a reflection of us, it's not. The business is a reflection of what's happening, and we're there to curate it and go into not freeze, but going into action mode to get to solutions, and try not to ruminate so much. Your ruminating helps, but where it's in a healthy, productive way, that's going to get you to a new solution. Now, when things trigger us around this area that we want to get paid for every single area, um, I encourage you to really think about what your genius zone is and stay focused on that. When you focus on everything, you focus on nothing. So, for instance, when clients come into me from a coaching perspective, we're focused on the journey of what we agreed on. And it's a very specific thing of where I walk people through, of why I have a business plan. I have things that walk you through the tools so that I can coach you in a way that will lead you towards your goals. I want to give you a little story. I have a private client of mine. When she came in, we just kept going on to circles into client fix it mode. And I sat down and I spoke with her one day and I said to her, it came around trusting me and trusting the process, which she appreciated because outside of the hamster wheel, she then saw very quickly the order of kind of like the order of operations, if you think about it, to get to a better place in business, less energy, less drain, and less debt, potential of debt, and less money drain. Because at the end of the day, business ownership, where the money comes from, is your pocket. A lot of us don't realize that, and a lot of us don't want to think about that because we're like, they want my money, that's for me. But when you invest into yourself, that's you deciding that the person was worth it, and versus giving it more to yourself, which is a very good decision. But you have to stand in responsibility and own your decision, and be right there with all of the things that come with it. Life isn't linear. Business is definitely not linear. And if you're chasing after money and you're chasing your time, it's something to really think about all of these questions. And you may not need to listen to this more than once because I threw out a lot of prompts here that I want you to take the time and really listen to. Okay? And take the time to really journal about. And feel free to let me know below this. I would love if you shared another business owner, tagged another business owner, helping more, and see what you have. And if you have a tip, let me know what's working for you. I mean, sharing is caring, and we're all in this together. I look forward to talking to you more, and let me know how this helped. Talk to you soon.